Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Loose Ball
Ooh.
Podcast. I am Chris, and I'm here with my co-host Eli.
Yes, yes, ready to get back into it.
Absolutely, we're back here. We are out of the regular season of the NFL. It's been
Mm-hmm.
a it's been a ride, that's for sure.
Been a rough season, I mean, these playoffs, they're going to be very interesting, but all for the wrong reasons. I think everyone can kind of agree on that who's been paying attention to this season here.
Yeah, and our game picks from last week went 10-6. We got
Okay.
the Falcons, Jags, Vikings, Bears, Chargers, and Dolphins wrong, but that puts us at a total of 42 and 31 for the season, right before wild card weekend. It's going to
Mm.
be I think it's going to be an interesting weekend. We got a nice story coming up of a revenge game of Tyreek Hill versus the Chiefs, and this time in Kansas City, not in Germany. So that's going to be
This is
cool.
true. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Been a pretty crazy week with the last week of football wrapping up. So, what
I
are
know.
any big takeaways for you? Raiders got another win.
Yeah, Raiders got another win. Pulled a, squeaked one by. Just like I thought they would. They usually show up in situations like this. They kind of want to curtail. Nice end of the season. And Denver Broncos is just now igniting. The catalyst is yet to take hold, but they are starting to burn here.
Do
Um,
they do they bring back Pierce?
ooh, do Raiders bring back Pierce? I mean, probably not. I mean, if I'm a betting man, $1 limit. My $1 bet goes down that Antonio Pierce is not going to be the head coach. He probably will go back to being defensive line coach and or be defensive coach. There is now talks of our defensive coordinator being the head coach of the Chargers. So that has been a rather recent development. He is being put on hold for right now, just to give the upcoming head coach for the Raiders a chance to decide whether or not he wants him to be part of their staff. But other than that, he's has made it pretty clear that it's pretty serious that he wants that position down there in LA. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the behind the table type staff here for the Raiders, but my $1 limit of betting says that Antonio Pierce will not be our head coach.
All right. I kind of agree, but I just think that it's because Mark Davis is foolish and is gladly let interim coaches walk away from winning teams and brought in less than
Less than favorable
outstanding
choices.
coaches.
Yeah, I mean, he has a very hot record of that. He has a very hot record of that. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
Yeah,
It's just the owner kind of lost his touch, trying to do the whole thing his dad did, way back in the day, back in the 70s. What are we holding on to here? Half a century later, come on, you know. Let's stay
exactly.
tried and true to our message. Just win. Just win. Just win. Just win. We do it our way. We just win doing it our way. Okay? I think that might be the new slogan because we can't just win doing it someone else's way either. Can't win doing it the Patriots way. That's never going to happen for obvious reasons. Come on, there's history.
Yeah. Speaking of just win, how about them Steelers making a wild card spot this week?
Dude, crazy, dude. Did
Right?
not did not see them in this position. I think that is going to be, next to the Texans, Steelers are going to be my second, hang in there. Hope to
So you
see
think
you
they
on the
beat the
other
Bills
side.
this week?
Hell no. I don't
All
think they
right.
have a
Well, it was
snowflakes.
fun. Well, we won't see you next week,
I don't
Steelers.
think
You
they
heard it
have a
here
snowflakes
first.
chance in hell, but I hope they make it past it. I hope they do.
Yeah. Yeah, and what you said about the Texans also crazy. They won the division. Like
Yeah, dude.
how I mean, if you're a Jags fan, that's got to hurt to see this.
If this is a Jags fan, this is another year of the exact same thing.
Right.
I mean, make some changes with, staff. I mean, every other team's doing it right now, so might as well just jump on the hype.
I
That's
know.
what I say.
We had what, like 7 new coaching positions last year, and we've got 7 again this year. It's insane.
True. I mean, I haven't been paying the most attention to the Jags, but what's really like the crux of the team right now? Because the QB
They can't
seems
stay
like,
healthy.
yeah, I say, because the QB seems really solid. It seems like they have good depth, It seems like they got options that they can kind of resort to. They got one of the best RBs this year. They have Calvin Ridley. They have Christian Kirk. They got who was
Evan
the other one?
Ingram.
Evan Ingram. Yep. And
Yeah, it's just injuries. They can't stay healthy when they needed it the most, and that kind of derailed the momentum they had going. It just was not a good last couple weeks for them, and they didn't make the adjustments they needed to. So
yeah. So wait, did they make wild card or no?
I don't even think they made wild card. I think they are out because only one team was. It was whoever won was going to basically get in, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. Here. I can double check.
Yeah, we'll see.
They are out.
Dang, dude.
So
that's
they
too
did
bad.
not make the cut.
Mm-hmm.
Neither did the Vikings.
Okay.
So
kind of saw that coming, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was a given. You were starting one of your 4 quarterbacks. It just wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Finns lost their division. Not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling here.
Oh man,
and they didn't lose it on a way that it was like, oh man, the Bills were better. They lost it on a kick return where 2 of the special teams players broke bones.
Jeez,
or were like seriously injured. Like had to be carted off the field.
As a former football player, I'll tell you what, there's nothing more intimidating than those kickoff plays, dude. Those suck. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Those are designed to break bones, so.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. It was a punt return. They both go down injured, and that leaves outside contain open. That gets run for a touchdown. Dolphins lose by 7. So that one stung.
Yep.
Did the Bears? So they're keeping Matt Eberflus. They've already said that. They fired their offensive coordinator. They're keeping Matt Eberflus for 1 more year. Crazy.
Nice. Crazy.
I mean, it's good. He's going to hire a defensive coordinator and give up defensive play calling. So
there you go.
Did Justin Fields do enough on this last little hot streak at the end of the year to justify the team trading down from the number 1 overall pick that they're going to get from the Panthers? Because with this draft, you have to take one of the 2 quarterbacks. Like, you can't sit up there and not.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I mean, I guess like Justin Fields is in a spot to fail right here, right? So he would.
But it's a new offensive coordinator.
It is a new offensive coordinator, but he has to be Joe Montana in order to say they don't get a QB right here,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Justin Fields is Joe Montana or anything. He needs a system around him.
Yeah, and I agree. I just don't see it being where he stays, but there's been talks of it. You just got to take who's available to you right now. It's just too many options to not take a high quarterback here, especially when you're looking at quarterbacks that could be generational talents.
True.
I agree. If we're talking Joe Burrow, the Bengals with one of their top picks are not taking another quarterback right now. They're trading down and they're trading it away.
Oh yeah.
Justin Fields is not Joe Burrow. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Patty Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
If they keep him, they should still draft a quarterback. But I mean, it's the Bears. They're going to do something stupid, right? They're going to hold on to him, trade 100%. Down the picks, get Marvin Harrison Jr. Sure, you're going to get another receiver. That's going to be great.
Yep.
You're still going to struggle.
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
So, let's see. And then the Falcons lost to the Saints. Did you see the controversy with that one? The Jameis Winston letting Jamal Williams score?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terrible, dude. What?
Yeah.
What a way to end the season. Like, are you kidding me? They not only lose, they win, but did you see the coach's reaction too after the game?
Oh, yeah, he was pissed.
He was fuming. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, to like go behind your coach's back, not knee the ball, to rush a play to let someone else get a touchdown. I mean,
right.
It's the perfect, summation of the end of that guy's career.
Yeah, you didn't need to let it like happen. If you lined up in a run play and ran a play, sure, whatever. You score. You were on the 1 yard line after an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, get him his touchdown that way. To fake the kneel was insane. That's like down 21. You sneak in one garbage time touchdown. Like if the Falcons do this, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just one last little thing. It's no big deal. You still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was embarrassing.
It was absolutely unfortunate to see this kind of conduct in the league. Been seeing a lot more of it as of late, ever since AB, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Winston said he ate them W's. He went out there and he ate a W all over them on that one.
Yeah, he did.
So, his post-game interview was great, too. We voted on it. Coach didn't know we voted on it.
Oh my
yeah, he can be mad at us, but we voted on it. Arthur Smith should be upset with us.
Oh my goodness.
Damn, to get up there with the confidence to defend yourself while being up by like 15, 16 points and just be that wrong in this statement. Like, whatever. He didn't need that touchdown that bad.
Oh, gosh.
You guys, they made the playoffs. Give him a touchdown then.
I know.
Right? You won the division. No,
No, they're out. No,
they're out.
Mm-hmm. That was their last game.
Damn, then maybe be better.
Yeah, dude, be better is right. Let that be the message.
Yeah, be better. Don't sign Derek Carr to a 3-year deal.
Dude, I know. They are starting to shoot themselves in the foot over that. But, honestly, I feel like it's too soon for Derek Carr. Give him another year, Let him air it out down there.
I guess. I mean, I don't... Yeah, all right. I could see it. Give him one more year. Let him get another shot.
Like, everyone loves to hate Derek Carr, including myself, right? But give him another year, He's a good guy.
Did you see Shannon Sharp say Winston should be fired?
No, I did not.
Just cut him. He's not on my team anymore. Cut him. So if that's the case, yeah, you got to stick with Derek Carr because Taysom Hill is an okay quarterback at best. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, I think that's pretty good for takeaways. I mean, we could do power rankings, but it's the end of the year. Power rankings don't really matter until after playoffs. We kind of know where everybody is.
Yeah, it'd be more like a draft type thing.
Yeah, I was wrong about there being 7 coaches that got fired. There's actually 8.
Oh,
8 coaches. So, before we go through and do game picks, and I know you wanted to look at like an injury report for who's coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these coach firings kind of surprise me. Some of them make sense. And some of these I would never want to be like I wouldn't want to touch this team with a 10-foot pole.
Yep.
So I mean, you want to just go through the teams and see if like would you coach it? Is it coachable? Is there anything to save kind of stuff?
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, so what are the teams here?
So the craziest one was probably Mike Vrabel getting fired from the Titans.
Ooh.
He didn't do that bad. He left with a winning record, but he'd gone with, I think, 2 losing seasons. So it was 4 winning seasons and then back-to-back losing seasons, but it kind of looked like they were in a rebuild.
That sounds like there's some sort of infighting going on there, dude. You know?
Because
it seems as if, like, they were expecting to have kind of a crazy year, and it was coach's fault that they didn't deliver.
Yeah. And so I guess I'm looking at that team. Is it salvageable?
Is it salvageable?
Because what it looks like is that they might just let Derrick Henry go and then just bring in a new coach and just start from the ground up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the easiest thing to do. So I guess by answering your question, yeah, the team would be dead. The team is dead, or
The
not
team is dead,
salvageable.
so
Yeah.
I'm not trying to touch this
Yeah, I
with
wouldn't really
much.
touch it either. Like,
I mean, you could argue it's got some promise, but
I mean, I think it did last year, and it needed to be this year. But yeah,
it's just not it.
this is just not it. Yeah.
So I put these two teams right next to each other because I think Mike Vrabel could end up coaching here because he used to play for this team and is really well loved by this team. And that is the Patriots today.
Yes.
Parting ways with Bill Belichick. He didn't get fired. He stepped away.
He stepped away, yeah.
He might never. Oh God, I hope he never coaches again. But
Dude, he's gonna coach.
I know. But I guess the thing is here is now looking at the Patriots. Is this team coachable, or would you want to coach it? And I mean, Mike Vrabel's going to coach this team. Well, that's not true. So Mike Vrabel could coach, but they also have.
Let's not forget my guy here, dude.
It's not going to be McDaniels.
It might be McDaniels.
It's not. There's a guy on staff.
How much poetic justice that would be, dude.
There's a guy on staff, Mayo, and in a previous contract with Bill Belichick, they put in there that this guy was a successor plan. Okay. So they could hire him right now without having to do interviews. So it might even be him.
Yeah.
But I think the Pats are a coachable team here. I think you're really lost at quarterback, but top 10 defense. You can work with a top 10 defense.
The Patriots have a top 10 defense?
Yeah. If you look at all their games, they're just not able to score. So they're losing like 10-3, 10-7.
Wow.
Yeah.
That impresses me.
They also drafted really good defensively for the last couple years. Not offensively. That's been awful.
Okay. If that's the case, what are the pieces that are missing on offense? So we already know they're missing an O-line. They're missing a quarterback. They just don't have a pass game,
They need receivers. They have an okay tight end. Ramondre Stevens is
not the RB.
He runs hard, but if you either need to commit to getting like a superstar RB and keeping your receiving core the way it is, or invest in your receiving core and be okay with a mediocre running game. Mid-level run game.
If they invest in the receiving core, they're going to crumble underneath the ball every single time because they will not be able to protect the pocket past 3 seconds. So they can have the talent that's going to be running their ass downfield. There is going to be nothing going on behind the center at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So is it salvageable? I mean, sure, they have a defense. They're missing a lot.
I would rather coach the Patriots than the Titans.
Titans,
and that's knowing that I'm stepping into Bill Belichick's shoes. Like I would take that team because they still have most of their picks because they don't trade very often.
Yeah,
they hoard them babies. So. I know they have their picks. Titans have a couple of the Eagles picks, but they've also sold pretty hard. And yeah. So
that is true.
It'd be cool to see Mike Vrabel go there and then see him absolutely start killing it.
True. I'd be behind it. So what's the next team?
The next team is the Seattle Seahawks with Pete Carroll agreeing to step into a more advisory role.
I heard about that as well, dude. Every 49ers fan I know right now is sleeping soundly tonight.
He got pushed into this position.
Yeah.
No way. And he's...
I mean, the guy's what? Like 82?
He's not that old. He's in his 70s, though.
Is he in his 70s?
Yeah, he's like 76. I think he's one of the oldest coaches in the league. So
he's for sure the oldest coach in the league.
Isn't Bill? I thought Belichick was older, but either way, the team's salvageable. The team's coachable.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
good team.
100%. Yeah, team has heart, you know. They're
Yeah,
willing to play for someone. Someone needs to want to step into that role though.
because again, you're
Um,
stepping into a legacy that's
yeah.
has got to be hard shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
solid team.
that would be the perfect spot for Jim, dude. Perfect spot for Jim.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, dude. After coaching the Niners.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, the team's missing a couple pieces. It would be cool to see like the Harbaugh brothers end up playing each other again.
Hmm.
It just, I don't see it. He's
Nah.
a defensive minded coach, if I remember correctly.
And that's what the team needs, you know?
They need something to inspire Geno if you're going to keep Geno Smith as your quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's true. I have
so
no clue who that would be.
yeah, rounding out at the halfway point right now, we have Washington who fired Ron Rivera shortly after the last game.
Nice. About
So
time.
we got that one right, but
Yeah.
it was time.
Yeah. Overdue.
I don't know if you want to touch this team with the 10-foot pole. They have a record. They have a really high turnover rate with coaches.
Yep.
Just do you have a few pieces? I
No,
like some of the pieces
I
on
take
offense.
everything back. This would be the perfect place for McDaniels. High turnover rate, you know. He's a pump and dump coach. Come on now. Just get him in there. Scrounge
Pass the
around for a
blame on
couple
to
years.
him.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
Yeah, I could see that. I think he'd fit in. He'd lose again. Everybody'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, it's not his fault. The team sucks." But then secretly, it is his fault, and it lands him another job somewhere else.
Yeah, dude.
Him or Bill O'Brien, like
Yeah.
just do it because Bill O'Brien's kicking around the league too right now.
Really.
Yeah, he's a Patriots coach
Yeah,
on the
there you
coaching
go.
staff. He's a coordinator.
Ironic. All these Patriots coaches no jobs.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of Bill Belichick's fault. So
Yeah, that's true.
you can't do it. Fine, I'll do it myself, kind of thing.
Yeah, true. Even did it
Next
with his
we
own son.
yeah, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Next we have the Chargers.
Okay.
This is a team that people are going to be really wanting. Like it's good on paper.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
would mind
you have
that
a few. You have a few aging receivers coming out and a few other players that you're going to lose, but all around, you still have Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
While I think that he has the stats and analytics show that he's better than he actually is, he's better than most of the quarterbacks still in the league right now. So,
Oh yeah, he's better than I would say a good third of the league right now.
yeah.
Hmm. I like top third, you know.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
Next one is the Raiders.
Yep. Yep.
Offense has a lot to be desired. It's another team that's got a pretty good defense. So,
Hmm. I mean, offense, it's really just missing a QB right now. You know, depth on the receiver core is pretty good. O-line is impeccable. Let me think here. You know, RB, solid RB situation. Really just missing a QB.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with your statement. But the hard part is that do you still want to touch this team knowing that they need a quarterback? Because
Um,
the
I mean,
Patriots looked
maybe,
bad.
maybe. I mean, like, let's break it down, you know. This is a team that set the franchise record for points in a game. You know, sure, it was against a terrible team,
Yeah.
but most of those points came from the defense. You know, this is a scoring defense. This is not no really good defense. This is a defense that puts points on the board. You know,
Yeah, I guess
so
you're right. I would take coach this team. I would want to
yeah,
coach this team.
yeah.
This next team is a dead in the water, dead when you arrive, and God, hope you make it through the season. We're looking at the Carolina Panthers.
Oh boy. Yeah, whoever's name we see go into this role is going to be on the chopping block immediately. Poor soul, whoever steps into this role.
Yeah, David Tepper just needs to dole out some money, bring in some big name talent because stats don't show those uncoachable things.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, yeah, player A might have a better catching percentage than player B, but player B can jump out of the building, is about to leap over 3 defenders to get that game winning touchdown when you need him to. So,
Ew.
like, don't get me wrong, they have pieces that I like. I'm kind of
Mhm.
surprised that they let Bryce Young play the whole season and we didn't get to see the Red Rifle come sling some bullets. But
True, dude. Wait, Dalton on that team?
yeah,
Wow.
he's one of the games where they almost won because Bryce Young was out and he went out and him and Adam
Oh
Thielen just
yeah.
went out and played old man football and just connected across the board.
Yeah,
So
dude, I remember that. Dude, back when I had Adam Thielen and was proud of it. Jeez.
this is a man. You gotta really want a coaching job to take this job, or you want to get paid to do nothing because you're gonna get fired in a couple years and you're just gonna collect that bankroll.
Who's this?
So what?
I said, what team is this?
The Panthers.
Oh yeah.
Still the
Mhm.
Panthers.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they owe so much money to coaches that no longer coach for them.
Yep.
And the last one is one that I called for a while back and was pretty vocal about. It's the Falcons. They fired Arthur Smith.
Yeah. Yeah. That
This is the
time.
team. This is the team I definitely want to coach because, God, just throw this ball to your receivers.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
They also need a quarterback.
Yes. Yes.
You know
Very
what?
similar situation.
You know what? Screw it. Sign Sam Howell. Just go out there, see if you can get Sam Howell from the Washington, since you took Taylor Heineke as
Hey,
well.
I was gonna say Heineke, right? Like,
Yeah,
let's think about this. Like,
I don't need to think about it.
already sold.
He is
Already.
good. He is good in small bursts. Like, he's just kind of like how Josh Dobbs was.
Yeah.
He was fun to watch. He makes you. He's a feel good moment. It's a backup quarterback who can come in, plays hard, will get you wins. That's great. But then he kind of overstays that welcome, and then you start to see the flaws, and that rose-colored lens comes off,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, maybe this isn't what I thought he was.
Yeah.
Like maybe there was a reason he got cut from all these teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Absolutely, bro.
I think if you go into the season, if they go into this season next year with Heineke as their starting quarterback, because it can't be Ritter. Ritter looked awful.
Yeah.
They're just going to repeat themselves with whoever it is as coach.
Yep. Completely
But at least we'll
agree.
stop seeing screen passes to Jonnu Smith.
Dude. Gotta call him out like that.
There's nothing wrong with Jonnu Smith, but you have Kyle Pitts on your team. You have Drake London on your team. You have Bijan Robinson,
On
Tyler
the team.
Atwell. You
True.
have all these guys on the team.
Yeah, dude.
They're all faster. Give them the ball.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So no, it's that would be a team that would be cool to coach. So
True.
I
mean,
think
look at
there's
the
really
division
only.
too. You have nothing but opportunity, guy. You know.
Oh yeah, the division's weak.
Yeah.
So we've got, what do we say, 2 teams that were untouchable, which is the Washington Commanders and the Panthers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, I don't know.
And the
I think it's pretty
Titans.
good. Yeah, I guess the Titans as well. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the coaching situation is at the end. Who goes where? I think the Pats need an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Titans have offensive coordinator.
Pats need a general manager. They need a offensive coordinator, and they need a head coach.
Oh, sorry. When I say that, I mean Titans need an offensive-minded coach. Pats need an offensive-minded coach. Seahawks probably need an offensive-minded coach because that defense is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Washington needs Jesus. The Chargers probably offense, just to inspire something out of Justin Herbert.
I don't know, dude. I think they got a pretty good handle on what their offense is going to be doing. They're not too confused about it. They're well educated, as a matter of fact. The defense needs low on the Chargers half, dude. You know, they can't be having all these like 40-40 games. You know, they need to be able to stop the ball.
That's true, because Justin Herbert doesn't have that clutch factor, so it needs to
Yep.
be a clear win.
Yep.
So yeah, defense. Raiders need an offensive mind.
Yes.
Panthers need Jesus.
Mhm.
And Falcons need an offensive mind. I like their defense. They just need. There's too much. There's too much young talent on offense to not have someone that's just going to play with all the pieces and make things happen.
Yeah.
Did you see the feel good? I mean, it's feel good for some. It's another one where they kept players in for longer than probably everybody was comfortable with. Kansas City letting Chris Jones stay in so he can make another $1 million.
Oh gosh, dude.
Yeah, double-digit sacks. He makes $1 million, so they kept him in so he could get that last sack.
Jeez. I mean,
So.
it's nothing but that kind of stuff here in the always this last week.
I mean, $1 million is $1 million. I'd risk season ending and some major injuries to my well-being for $1 million.
True.
Do you want to do? So that was all the teams. Do you want to do an injury report thing, or?
I mean, I can kind of go through and look at the teams and their matchups while we do pick'ems if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we can do pick'ems. I've got it up here in front of us.
Yeah, dude.
We have the first game being the Browns at the Texans.
Ooh, okay. Browns at the Texans. I mean, this is going to be a really good game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the defense versus the offense. It's going to be Browns defense versus that Texans offense, and it's going to be really interesting. I think Browns are probably going to be favored in this matchup.
They are.
But man, it's going to be tough, dude.
Do we keep the hype train rolling? Does Joe Flacco keep the energy going is the real question. But the hype train says the Texans have got to be it. This rookie of the year, come on.
Mm-hmm. True, dude. I mean, like I said,
the revival of Devin Singletary.
Like I said, let's look at some of these this injury report here, right? So 2 cornerbacks, Mike Ford and Denzel Ward, both questionable. For
Denzel Ward's a good one.
Yeah,
he'll play though.
For this matchup here on Saturday, the safety Juan Thornhill.
Okay.
So they have some big names here on their defense that are going to be questionable and or out.
Yeah, and the Texans are out without their number one receiver. I forget his name right now. It's not Nico Collins. It's Tank Dell. There we go.
Yes, yeah. This is true. And then let me take a look at the Texans here. Here we go. Okay. So, Jerry Hughes, their defensive end. Let's see here. Robert Woods is going to be questionable here, dude.
Oh man, Robert Woods, such a
yeah, dude, his hip. No wonder. For Saturday's wildcard game, dude, that is a pretty big one. I mean,
it's not that big.
You don't think so? So is Noah Brown, also questionable for Saturday's game. Both wide receivers. It seems like that and their fullback Andrew Beck is questionable. They have more defensive players. Here is listed as questionable, but like I said, I think it's going to be the offense that's going to make the difference here. And I mean, shoot, if Woods gets banged up this game, dude, I don't know.
I still think it's the Texans. I mean,
you think it's the Texans?
I want it to be the Texans, but I know it's going to be the Browns because I can already see it now. It's that David Njoku connection where it's going to go for like 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Myles Garrett's going to be a monster.
Yep.
This isn't the Steelers trying to knock them out. It's the Texans. I just don't see it. I think this is the end of their season, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like to win your division in a rebuild year is insane. So
true.
Hang your hat on that.
Yeah.
You're going to play hard. It's going to be a fun game, but I think it's the Browns.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Next one, we've got the Dolphins at the Chiefs. I think this is a nice little revenge game with Tyreek Hill returning to Kansas City.
True.
Now, it favors the Chiefs pretty heavily here.
Yeah.
That the Chiefs are going to win.
Yep.
I, however, think that defense can hold up whatever the Chiefs' passing attack is going to be, which is pretty much just Travis Kelce. Yeah. They have not looked good these last couple weeks.
Yeah. No, I agree.
See,
Like this is going to be a one-sided game here, and this is with a Kansas City team that is looking fairly healthy here. But I mean, you know, it's going to be like how they performed all season so far. I think Dolphins are just going to take this Monday through Friday. Kansas City's been slowing down to a snail's pace. Sure, they have a lot more experience going into the postseason here. It's not going to be enough to outscore this Dolphins offense, though.
and that's with like, I don't know, the team. I think it'll be close. I don't know if it'll be a runaway game, but I just don't think Kansas City has that oomph at the end to carry a team over. This will be, if the Dolphins lose, they lose it because they made mental errors, not that Kansas City outplayed them.
Yeah, and some pretty big names here on the questionable list for the Dolphins as well. I would like to point out Jalen Waddle still on the questionable list, and
But he's going to play. He's
Raheem
going to play.
Mostert is also questionable.
Anybody that's questionable right now is going to play. It's too big of a game to sit out unless you are that confident you're going to win.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
And this is not a that confident game. They would have to be like hurt.
Xavier Howard is going to be out there, the cornerback.
That's a sting. But we still have Jalen Ramsey, and that means Eli Apple gets to step up and make plays.
True, dude. Former Kansas City himself. This will be
Bengals. Wasn't he? He was Bengals.
Was he Bengals or was he Kansas City?
No, he was Bengals. He was on that Bengals team and was talking to the Eagles. He was telling them they were bad. Either way, he's the Bengals. He was the Bengals, and he got absolutely posterized.
Sure enough. But yeah, Dolphins take this game handily.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get a little crazy on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Steelers at the Bills.
Steelers at the Bills, huh?
Yeah. Mason Rudolph's looked pretty good.
Oh, this guy, dude. I don't know if he's looking that good.
Bills won that last one on a fluke. They haven't looked that great.
I mean, dude.
George Pickens. He's been out there.
This is true, dude. I mean, I don't know. I think Bills are. If they were able to take Dolphins at home, I think they have something on Steelers here.
I guess I would be stoked to watch them lose, though.
Beating Dolphins at home is no small task, guy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but you want it to be the Steelers. I mean, we'll pick Buffalo, but next week we're gonna be hype about the Steelers.
I mean, Buffalo is also looking very healthy right now. No one is out right now.
All right.
That's all I got to say.
Fine. All right. You want to get crazy on the next one too?
Let's hear it.
It's the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Let's hear what you have to say.
Packers been on a bit of a heater. They were supposed to not be in. They looked bad. They didn't look good. All of a sudden, they're hitting.
Yeah,
and the Cowboys are choke artists.
This is very well known.
I mean, it's at Lucas. No, they're not at Lucas Oil. Oh, I can't. They're at Jerry World, but it would be nice. This would be one of the if we're looking at games that are going to be upsets, this is probably one of those that could be you're talking about it the next week. That's damn, how do the Cowboys blow this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
Or we can play it safe. The Cowboys could also go out there and absolutely hang a 40 burger on them.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's just what I think is going to happen here. I mean, let's look at the extensive list of Green Bay Packer injuries here right now. So AJ Dillon's injured, Aaron Jones is injured, Romeo Doubs is injured.
Are they questionable or are they out?
They're questionable, but they have a lot more to go. Elgington Jenkins, Jonathan Owens, Isaiah McDuffel, Christian Watson. The list goes on here. This is just I think it'll be working real hard for the paycheck. Real hard for the paycheck. And that's just to have a fighting chance.
All right, we can take the Cowboys. I just because it's gonna be this. It's gonna be CeeDee Lamb more than anything
Yes,
else.
it's going to be CeeDee Lamb running from north to south or from east to west, wherever the field's going there. You know?
All right, the next game. Can Matthew Stafford, with some revenge, go into Detroit and beat his former team to knock him out of the playoffs?
Ooh.
The irony of that.
Do you think he has
speaks
the
volumes.
heart? Do you think he has the heart to do it?
I think he does. I think he has the heart to do it. They loved and hated him at the same time, so just give him one more reason to hate him. Plus,
True.
they've got the rookie receiving record holder for most receiving yards, Puka Nacua.
Okay.
Like,
This is true, dude. Oh man. You know, I might have to agree with you here. I think Rams might have this just based on matchup experience alone. Matchup experience and postseason experience. You know, as much as I love the Lions, they made one of the most historic pushes that we've seen in some time. I saw some sort of post earlier that was talking about the career of Dan Campbell being on the 0-16 team to then quitting and becoming an assistant coach a couple of years later for the Dolphins, and now finally seeing his Lions team come to fruition and make playoffs, win the division.
yeah. Not to mention
historic.
his insane coffee drinking habits.
I can only imagine.
It's like
the guy's built like a bull.
36 fluid ounces of just straight black coffee.
True. Golly.
This man lives and dies by caffeine.
Oh man after my own heart.
Is Laporta out, or is he's out, right, because of the knee?
This is a good question. Let me see here.
I know Amon-Ra also had some minor injuries, but he'll play.
Laporta is questionable. He officially didn't practice today, but it might be a game time decision. It does not look good though. That's kind of what that's looking like. James Mitchell, questionable. Hand was limited, but that guy's gonna play Thursday. He was a limited participant Thursday. Amon-Ra, there's nothing here about him, so he's completely
good.
healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about for the Rams? Is there anybody?
For the Rams, we have so for Rams, it seems as if the whole team is fairly healthy here right now. Tyler Higbee is going to be the big name that's questionable right now. His shoulder was limited in practice today, and this was just based off like a radio broadcast, but it seems like the whole team is healthy.
Okay, so then I think it's the Rams.
Yeah, Rams it is.
And so the last one is the Eagles at the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
The Eagles have sucked.
Yeah, the Eagles have sucked. I think we have to go Buccaneers here, right?
We have to.
Like, it doesn't matter like what's going on. Like the Eagles are self-destructing before our own eyes here.
Right.
I mean, let's just take a look here, right? Yeah, dude. Jalen Hurts still questionable. AJ Brown still questionable. Sidney Brown, their safety, is going to be out for this upcoming game here. Other than that, another safety, Reed Blankenship, seems as if he might be missing this game here.
All right.
But other than that, yeah, dude. Jalen Hurts was limited capacity for practice today as well on this Thursday. AJ Brown was also not a participant in practice today.
But they're going to play.
They're probably going to play, but I wouldn't be surprised if they fall back to their extras often during the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still think it's going to be the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm
I also think
as
if
well.
the Eagles lose to the Bucks, Nick Sirianni could still get fired, and then we'll have 9 coaching positions.
Dude, nuts. I wonder what like the most has been in a regular season where like coaches have
it's
been
got to be
fired.
high. It's got
You
to be
think
high.
so?
Like one of those like awful years that's just like fire everybody. We're gonna try again.
I mean,
So,
this is kind of one of those years, guy. You know?
and I mean, a lot of teams are firing them, but we also have last season where a bunch of player teams got fired. So it's you could put the 2 years together and say that it's almost like half the league at this point,
Yeah, sure enough.
and almost the
Oh,
entire league has within the first 3 years.
also wanted to
So
point out Baker Mayfield is also questionable. Missed Thursday's walkthrough due to ankle and rib injuries.
he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
He's gonna play. And so so this week then we went Browns, Dolphins, Bills, Cowboys, Rams, Buccaneers, and that turns $1 into $44.85.
Not bad, not bad. Good net.
Yeah. So you ready for some hot takes?
Ooh. All right. Here, let me formulate one here. I didn't quite sink my teeth too far into potential hot take here. Let me
All
hit you
right,
with
I got one.
yours. Mhm.
I got one. You want a really hot take here?
Give me the hottest take you got right now.
We get a Steelers Packers Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness, dude. That is a
I
hot
think
take, all right.
I mean they beat the Bills. Green Bay takes the Cowboys. Look, those are 2 of the best teams right now.
Yeah.
Doors open. Who do they got to
Door
beat?
is open.
Joe Flacco? Come on. Come on. I can see it. I can
Joe
see it.
Flacco's pretty hot right now, guy.
Yeah. That's another hot take. Is Joe Flacco wins another Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Very likely, by the way. Very likely.
Which I hate.
So much so that that is going to be my hot take. I'm stealing it because I said that last week. I think we see this Browns offense in a Super Bowl here. And do they beat the Dolphins? I don't know. Because that's who
Aren't the Browns AFC? Aren't they both AFC? It would be the Niners.
would be the Niners.
I think it'd be the Niners. Is who they'd be
Hmm.
playing.
Wait, who are the Niners playing?
They get a bye week. They're number 1 seed.
Oh, yes, they are number 1 seed. Makes sense. Makes sense.
That's why we also don't have a Ravens game.
Yep, that makes sense. Sure enough. Wow.
So
They get a whole week to rest up. Golly, what an advantage going into the playoffs.
kind of, but that's also been like some players have said that they like it. Like, yeah, you get to rest up and get over all your like bangs and bruises, but they like playing that extra week because then it keeps you in that like state of being like you don't get a week to just rest and relax.
Well,
So
they sound like psychopaths. Yeah, I mean,
they
grow up and
voluntarily
throw a ball, you know?
they voluntarily get hit by 350-pound men for fun. So
I don't know, dude. Sounds like they're pansies to me.
yeah. All right. Well, that probably does about does it. We'll be back next week to look over our picks, see how we did. Talk about
Yes.
it'd be the semifinals, right? Not the actual conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have to be. So, until next time, friends.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.